Hey there guys, Connor here with Chrome Designs, and thank you for watching this video. Today I'm going to be showing you how to render in Cinema 4D. I've been receiving a few questions along the lines of, well, how do I actually render and how would you render as a picture? I'm just going to be running you through these things today. So first of all, I'm just going to set up a basic scene with a plane as a floor. I'm going to make the plane really big, spam a few numbers in. There we go. Just say, for example, I'll add in a cube, drag it up to 100 so it sits on top of the plane, and I'll add a sphere. No, I won't add a sphere. I'll add in some text object. Nah, I'm just going to leave the text at this because I'm just going to be showing you how to render. But what we're going to be doing, I'm going to make a quick animation. Now I'll tell you what, I'll change my mind. I'll show you how to render as a picture first. So if you just make a few materials, I'm just going to make some materials if you haven't got them added. Some reflection color, green with maybe, and I'll copy that channel. In fact, how do you copy that channel? Pasted the I'll just leave it green, and then I'll just go to luminance and make that green like so. And so I'm just going to add this onto the text, and I'm just going to control click just to make a new one, but I'm just going to change the second one to blue, and then the luminance also to blue. This just makes it give it a bit more reflection, sort of like there's a light within, in a mild sense. But as you see, that's got some colours to it. So if you just render it out by clicking on that icon just there, you'll see, well, it's just really bland. It's like grey bog flooring and just some luminance text with no actual depth or reflection or anything. But on the text, I'm just going to make it bigger. So I'm going to make it 100, and I'll probably change the font as well to Neo Sans Bold Italic. There we go, just so it maybe looks a bit better when I come to show you. And now to render as a picture, you want to go to render and render settings, and general you want full render. Output, if you're saving as a desktop, you want it as whatever your desktop settings are. 1280 by 720 usually does the job alright. Frame range, current range, these don't really matter because it's a picture. Save, now save is, this is how you save it. So you just click on them little dots, go to desktop, say when I save it to the desktop, you type it in picture, and format, you say whatever format you like. I use JPEG, set up to 100 quality, and under multipass you just leave that as it is. And under this setting here, you want to go to best and filter, and it's going to be a still image. Now you can crank these settings up. The higher you crank them, the better quality it will be, and the more sharper, the more crisper the edges. But it will take a long time to render. So I'm going to have it I'm going to have it 1 by 1 by, leave it 4 by 4, and leave the rest as it is, and leave options as it is. But if you go to effect and ambiance occlusion, maximum ray length, crank that up to 160, and create a bit of contrast 40. Now this will create a light in your scene. If we just render it out here, it will kind of detect where the shadows would be and everywhere. So it's like a 360 sort of light. So as you can see there, it's actually creating shadows on the inside without getting in the mix with having loads of different area lights and etc. But no, this is how you start it off. As you can see, it's taking quite a long time to render on the lowest settings. It really just depends on your system. My computer's not the best, but it's okay. But that's just creating some shadows, and that looks a lot better. And it's even got the shadows on the floor. It looks a lot better than just adding a typical light where the shadows like in your face, and doesn't look that good. But that's what I recommend. That's what I often use on pretty much everything I do. That's why everything takes a long time to render, because as you see, it just took a minute or so there just to render one frame. So just say you're doing that for 150, it will take a long time. But now we're going to render as a picture. So once you've changed your render setting, which I just went through, and making sure that your save is on JPEG, etc., just go to under Dynamics, there's a little cut bar. Go to Render to Picture Viewer. No. In fact, I can't actually do it at the moment because I'm rendering something else. But you just go to Render Picture Viewer. You say, do you want to stop it? No, because it's been going for about an hour now. And I don't want to have to do it again. I just click No, and then go to Save and Save As, and it will save in where you saved it. Any problems, just let me know and I'll sort it out for you. No, my computer seems to have frozen. There we go. Now just say you want to render as an animation. Just say I've got some animation on the text here. Let's go to the text object. Move along, just say 15 frames, and the text moves along this way. Just showing you, so if you click play, it'll slide along. If you want to render that animation, you just change the keyframes to how long. You can click the play button so you know how long it will be moving for. If you're doing quite a long animation and the 90 frames aren't enough, you can just type in your amount down here, 180, and just drag this bar out so it stretches out into a lower sensitivity, and going to change it back to 90 here for you guys. And just say you have an animation, but it only goes up to 30 frames. There's not much need changing it down to 30. You could just go to render settings, and under save, you want to change it to, I recommend QuickTime Movie. Options, I recommend 59.94 frames per second. Depth, millions of colors best. And click OK. They are the best settings under that section. If it takes too long to render and it's not that important, you can always just lower them down to like loads of colors, well, millions of color instead of millions color plus, and not the best. And what was I saying? Rendering as that, yeah, go to output and it will say frame range. So under you go to manual and 0, and it was up to 30, I believe. It was up to 30, so then it will only render up to 30 as opposed to rendering the whole sequence. But no, that's running through the rendering tips in Cinema 4D. Thanks for watching this video, guys. Hope you enjoyed. Hope you maybe learned something. That ambient occlusion is a good effect. I recommend using it, especially if you're gonna have a picture. You'd probably just go to ambient occlusion, not ambient occlusion. My bad. Where is it? This one, and just change it up to 4x4 by 8x8, something like that, just so it's maybe a bit better quality. But anyway, thanks for watching this video, as I just said, and please remember to click like on the video, double click, as I believe it sometimes may not work. That is if you liked it, that is, and just to show me your love. But that's about it for me, guys. Thanks for watching this video, and I'll see you guys soon. Goodbye now.